Okay, it's rap pack to my pulse flat. We keep it real, no false rap. I got 4 cars and they all black. Got 4 bras and they all that. We call that ballin'. Doing this is my calling. Flow is so appalling. My phone off and she calling. I'm like, yeah, what it do? Penthouse, man, what a view. Fall back cause I'm coming through with my whole team. They coming too, that's real, too real. Tell me how you feel. I'm too good for my own good.
Hey guys, what's going on? So I'm back here again making another video, and today it's like pretty crappy outside. You know, look out there, it's like windy and horrible and just gross. So I was gonna make a different type of video today, and so I really haven't really talked about it, or I've done like a few clips in it, but I want to talk about my Jeep. So this is my very first car. So I turned 16, today's October 1st, so I turned 16 in exactly a month. And yeah, so the laws for Idaho is you have to be 14 and a half to take driver's ed, and then you have to have your permit for at least 6 months, and then after 6 months you can take the driver's test and pass it, whatever, you get a license. So I was like really happy because most kids my age don't really get to take driver's ed because it's like a lot of money. So I was able to take driver's ed like a month after I turned 16 and a half, so I'm like really happy about that. So I got to take driver's ed over the summer last year. So I got my license in June, so the beginning of the summer, and then I took driver's ed June last year, so I had my permit for almost a year because so I took driver's ed in June, and then I got my license end of July, so I almost had my license for a year, so 11 months. So I had my permit for quite a while, and we only have to have it for 6 months, but most of the winter here in Idaho was like horrible. It probably snowed. It probably snowed at least like 12-13 times, and every time it would snow like at least a foot or more, if not more. And so my parents didn't really feel comfortable for me driving. And we also have another Jeep. Like, this is like my parents' Jeep. It's a 2011 JK Unlimited. That's like our family Jeep. And we also have another Jeep on the side of our house. It's actually like, we call it the Barbie Jeep because it's like a blue, like a, I don't know, it's like a weird type of blue, but and it has pink seats in it. So we bought it like that, I say like 2009, 2010, so quite a long time ago, and we drove that like every day. It's a CJ5 1990, it's like 1998 or I don't know, somewhere around there. But we drove that for a few years, and then we decided to get the silver Jeep. And it's really cool because like our whole entire like huge family, like grandpas and stuff, my grandpa's uncles, aunts, we all have Jeeps. So my grandpa, he rebuilt a CJ5. It's yellow. It's really cool. He like tore it completely apart, put a new engine in it, new tires, rims. The only thing he had was the body and the doors. So he like took everything out, replaced it all. So I think that was really cool. He did that I'm probably gonna say like 2004, 2003. He probably did it. I'm not sure. I was only like 2, 3, 4 at the time. So that's pretty much what got my family into Jeeps. And then we got the blue Jeep, and then my uncle was like desperate. He like wanted a Jeep so bad because we all had them, and we all went like, we call it Jeeping, but it's off-roading. So we all go take our Jeeps off-road and just like drive around, go to like weird adventurous places. We didn't really do like rock crawling that much in our blue Jeep. We did a little bit, but like not nearly as like it wasn't like hardcore. It was like beginner stuff, like going up and down hills and like taking like dirt roads and stuff that are pretty bumpy. But that's pretty much what we do. We didn't really like rock crawl and stuff. I always wanted to get into it, but not right now because my my Jeep isn't really that high. Like, see, it only has like, I had 32-inch tires, and so it's not really that high off the ground. But in the future, I would like to lift it and stuff, or either sell it and buy a four-door Jeep, because I think that's like my number one thing. I love white four-door Jeeps, and I want to like lift it, put 37, 40-inch tires. Our silver Jeep actually has 20 or 35-inch tires, and yeah, I don't know, we just love it so much, and it's like a big part of us. So my uncle looked everywhere for a Jeep and ended up pulling a $2,000 Jeep, I think it was, that barely ran out of a junkyard, and like it was horrible. He spray painted the hood. It was so funny because he didn't make as much money at the time. I think he just got out of the Navy, so yeah, he did that for 2 years. So he just got out of the Navy and was like wanting a Jeep so bad, and he ended up buying a two-door. I don't know what it was. I think it was like a Wrangler like mine, because mine's a 04 Wrangler. So I think he had a similar Wrangler like mine. I think it was probably like a 90s or late 80s. I'm not sure. But yeah, he like loved that thing so much. And then when we got our silver Jeep in 2000, like it was January of 2012. So we bought our Jeep, and like right after Christmas in 2011, so it's almost 2012. And right after we bought ours, he saw our Jeep and was like, "Oh, I need a Jeep so bad." So they went out and bought a four-door Jeep like ours, but black. And that's like his daily driver car. So he drives that everywhere, every day. And our Jeep only has like, I checked earlier, it was like 64,000 miles. And my uncle's Jeep has probably over 100,000 miles, and he's had it for 5 years. And we're doing pretty good on ours. Ours is pretty much a daily driver too, but we don't go nearly as much places. And they live all the way up in Idaho Falls, and they drive down to Twin Falls and like that area, like Hagerman, Buell, that area, because like all of our family lives down there. And they drive down there like every other weekend, if not every weekend most of the time, so they're putting a lot of miles on it. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. So I just wanted to show you guys my Jeep. So mine's an 04 Wrangler. We bought it, so like pretty much everything we've done to it is stock. And I got these lights for Christmas from my grandparents and uncles and stuff, so that's pretty cool. That was like one of the first things I wanted to do. And then we bought this Jeep pretty much like how it is right now. The only thing we've done to it is so it's pretty funny because I'll say last Sunday, so exactly a week ago, me and my sister driving home from the mall or whatever up in Boise, and we're just driving home, and all of a sudden we smell this like horrible smell, and I was like, what is that? And then all of a sudden my like RPMs just start like firing up as fast as it could, and I was like, what the heck? I'm like shifting to 5th gear, and I'm like, oh, this probably isn't good. So I pulled over, called my dad, and I was like, Dad, something's wrong. My RPMs keep shooting up and then going back down, shooting up, and then I was like, oh, I don't know what it is. It's probably the transmission or something. And so I hang up the phone and I try to go, and like right when I couldn't go, I was like, oh, my clutch is broke, dead, can't even move. I'm like halfway on the side of the road, and I like floor it, can't go, won't move, nothing. So call my dad up, and I'm like, Dad, my clutch is out, it's done. And we knew I would sit at stoplights for like 10 minutes with my foot on the clutch, and it would just hurt my knee so bad. So I just started shifting to neutral and just taking my foot completely off the clutch, and I would just sit there like as hard as I can into the clutch, and it just hurt my knee so bad. and so I knew it was like not the best, but I've never drove a manual car. That's the only manual car I've drove besides my grandma's Mustang and my sister's ugly, well, we all call it ugly. It's not ugly, just she has a little bug car out there. So that's her first car ever. And so those are the only 2 cars I've ever drove, and I never knew it because I've never drove another Jeep manual. So I was thinking it was normal, whatever. Oh yeah, it's just a Jeep, perfectly fine. And our silver one's automatic, so I wasn't completely sure what was wrong with it. And my mom had to drive it because my sister's car window broke too. Probably end of July, beginning of August. Her we think it's because like that door keeps getting slammed so many times, and if you park on a hill and you barely shut it, it'll like slam. So we think the motor or whatever in it broke, and so we've kind of been holding off to replacing that. So my dad just pretty much zip tied it up because the window like fell all the way through. So my dad just zip tied it and to hold it up more. And yeah, so my sister's driving my mom's car, and then my clutch broke, and so my parents were like, Brenna, you have to just deal with it. It's freezing in the mornings, but you have to deal with it for now. So she had to drive her car to school all last week, and then I had to drive my mom's car to school, and, well, Jeep, not car. So that was pretty fun. So my mom was pretty much out of the car, and my dad has this truck, and yeah, I don't know, it was just horrible timing, horrible situation, but we got it fixed. So Thursday, no, it was Thursday and Friday, we go to the store, get a new clutch for my Jeep, and Thursday and Friday we just pretty much, I didn't really take it off, but online school I finished like really early, so I pretty much did my schoolwork as fast as I could, and then came out here and helped my dad take the transmission off. I should have videoed it, because when we went to do it, there was like no videos out there on how to replace a clutch on a Jeep, so like my year of a Jeep, so it took us a little bit, and we had some problems getting the transmission down. We had to go get a transmission jack.
Tyler, if you watch this, I love you, and I'm proud of you, boo.
I'm not putting that in.
Oh, dang it.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't know, but it's pretty bad. So we fixed it and had problems with this. So I probably should have videoed it, but I didn't think about it, and I was just like so worried about getting it done so I could have it this week, so Monday through Friday, or I guess whatever. But I thought it was pretty funny because I tried to go like I don't know how to explain it, but the clutch is like so different because it's new, and it's not like,
look at this dude,
hard. It's like really loose, and like, I don't know, but it was like pretty funny because I wasn't really paying attention. Me and my dad went to go test drive it, and my dad was like, okay, be careful. It's like really like, it's way different than it was because how tight it was. Now it's just like loose, and it feels way better. It doesn't hurt your knee when you're sitting at a stoplight. But my dad was telling me that, so I go to get in, and I was like, my dad's like, don't kill it, and I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I didn't hear what he said about it's way different, and he's like, don't kill it, and soon, like, sure enough, I kill it because my clutch is so bad, I could like go without even the clutch being in. So it was pretty much like an automatic car, but I had to like clutch and shift and stuff, but it wasn't bad, and you could kill it a couple times, but it was easier to save it, and you could take off in like third gear and it would be perfectly fine. So it was really bad, and it really needed a new clutch, and it's been like that since we got it. And I got this in October, so when was it? I think it's been exactly a year since I've had this Jeep. But yeah, just thanks guys for watching, and just, I don't know, it was supposed to be more about my Jeep, but it was pretty much about all of our family's Jeeps and like a story time type thing. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll try to make more videos, but I'm not sure because I don't really never have anything to film. But yeah, thanks for watching.
Send me your location, let's focus on communicate.